Well, hello, little boys and little girls. Get ready, because here we go, the final picks of regular season. I'm not going to be as flashy or typically not as hilarious as one Nathan Reichley, but I'm going to do my best. I thought about doing a president's theme throughout the day. I was going to show how incredibly easy it is to play all their songs, but I'm just going to go ahead and pass that and cruise right on into what I believe will be the finest picks that I've had all season. Let's start with game number 1. Looking at me versus Al, it is about time. The clash of the two damn titans. The one guy who doesn't know what he's doing and the other guy who claims to know everything. Matthew Berry is telling me that I should be unloading the dog killer, Michael Vick. So if anyone wants to pick him up and give me a sweet running back, let me know. I'd like to trade him if you'd like to have him. I did pick up some guy named Rogers. I forget Kiz or something like that. I think he's playing right now. For the fact that I know another guy named Rogers has a mustache in the league, and I thought that was pretty sweet. I don't know if he's going to do anything. My team is averaging about 90 points. As Nate had mentioned, it's starting to become quite evident that I do, in fact, have no clue what's going on. I am, in fact, the only team in Taco Mark to have chalked up a loss last week, which I'm very sorry to offend my brethren, but again, I'll reference the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing. Al, his team's averaging about 87 points, 3 below mine. Stafford has been pretty much up and down last 6 weeks, give or take. He's coming into a down week after crushing last week. He is the home team this week, which gives him the advantage, but I don't believe he's going to get the 200 some odd points Nate projected he would need to get into the playoffs. So with that, if he's not going to go for a landslide, he's not going to win at all. I'm going to pick me. Why stop now? I'm going to take the win. I'm going to beat Al. And that's going to be the end of it. Next game coming up, we've got Victory Boner. Cam Newton is coming off of his best week of the entire season. And Bryce Brown is coming off his best week of the entire season. And then Dez Bryant is coming off the best week he has had all season. Some of the reasons why Victory Boner has done so gosh darn well is a relatively solid team of players who continually put up good numbers. For my buddy Ruxin, Griffin has done pretty well himself actually. He's got two 4 TD games in a row. Coming into this next game, is he going to do the same thing? Who's to say? Unfortunately, the team is relatively mediocre from what this guy has to say, outside of the QB and Brandon Marshall, who I thought he had Mark's number a few weeks back, but it didn't happen. Given the scores that have been put up by both teams, I'm going to go with Victory Boner for the victory and a boner. Nate and Sweet Baby Ray. Now, this is one of the closer games you're going to find. You take both their top 5 players. Nate has his top 5 players on the roster in the games this week, and they're putting up 71 points amongst 5 players, which is pretty solid. You take Baby Ray, his 5 best players playing this week, they're averaging amongst them 71 points. However, you look at the last 4 games each one of these guys have played, Nate has scored over 300 points in the last 4 3 times, whereas Baby Ray has scored over 100 points 1 time in the last 4 games. We have 2 out-of-state boys, and I'm not sure if this is the first time. No, Nate's played KR, so it has happened before. We got 2 out-of-state boys, and I'm going to go with Nate for the victory in this one. Brady continues to dominate. You can't say much about the guy. He's done solid numbers. Aaron Rodgers is saving his mustache off this week. I'm very sad about that. I'm pretty sure he's going to lose most of the power and momentum he's had going into this week against this stinking purple pack. I don't think he's going to do it. I got Nate for the win. Mark and Kent, moving along. We've got Dan and Dave Beck against Beck. Another close game. Both guys putting up about 90 points on the average. Dan, they're telling me there's a chance. If the stars align, if you beat Dave, Chad takes a loss, you might be making your way into the playoffs, my friend. Not quite the stretch that Al has to make it in there, but still you've got one glimmering hope at glory yet, if you can knock Dave down. Dave, on the flip side, if you win and I somehow pull a victory out of my behind and beat Al, who knows everything and always wins, you can share the second worst record in the entire league, outside of Kent. But if Al wins or if Dan crushes you, then you are sitting in the second spot from the bottom. But hey, it could be worse. Optimism. As I mentioned in my email today, I probably will be needing to shave this very poorly grown mustache tonight or tomorrow due to my wife's behest. I have a Christmas party tomorrow evening for my work, a Christmas party tomorrow for her work, and she has threatened, you can basically say bodily harm if it doesn't come off soon. And I gotta tell you guys, for as much as I really want to have one, if you can even tell right now with the little bit of light that's coming off the fixture up here, it's horrible. You know, I thought about doing the mascara thing. I can't quite bring myself to doing that. That's 13, 14-year-old boy activities, and I can't do it. So for as much as I wish I could do what Chad did and just all of a sudden lop off the bottom and boom, there you go, or Nate, who is still hiding behind his beard, that'd be one thing. But it's not, so I must give up. I say give up. I went the full month. We went 30 days. I wish we could have gotten together and done something, but regrettably I don't think schedules really call for it. So I'm glad for everyone that did partake in it. It's a much bigger thing than I even realized. Perhaps we do it again come spring, just for kicks. We see what happens. Good luck, everyone. This is the final week of regular play. We'll see if this continues into the playoffs. We'll see who makes the playoffs. And God bless everyone.